The pivotal Battle of Manzikar, which unfolded in 1071, stands as one of the most momentous events in medieval history. The Eastern Roman Empire found itself confronting yet another wave of nomadic conquerors, a familiar challenge from its past encounters. However, this particular incursion heralded a series of events that not only spurred violent clashes between the Christian and Muslim worlds, but also forged an unprecedented connection between Europe and Asia. The initial interaction between the Byzantine Empire and Islam did not favor the former. Beginning in the early 7th century, the emperor suffered territorial losses to the caliphate. The Umayyads and later on Abbasids capitalized on their advantage, posing threats to the Constantinople on multiple occasions. Fortunately, a significant shift in the balance of power occurred in the mid-9th century. The Abbasids caliphate grappled in maintaining centralized control over its territories, allowing the Byzantines to fortify their position and reclaim authority over the Balkans, Anatolia, and northern Syria. In 1045, the Byzantines seized Ani, the capital of Armenian Bagratids and modern-day Western Turkey, a move of strategic importance. However, the loss of traditional buffer zone between the empire and the Muslim world presented new challenges, exemplified by the emergence of the warlike Seljuk Turks. Originating from the Central Asia, the Seljuks embraced Sunni Islam at the outset of the 11th century. Through a series of conquests, they asserted dominance over the region by 1014, expanding their control over modern-day Iraq, Iran, over the subsequent 15 years. Their burgeoning Seljuk Sultanate intersected with the Fatimid Caliphate and the Byzantine Empire, while Transcaucasia fell under their vassalage, offering a new avenue of ingress into Byzantine territory. In 1054, the Seljuks launched their inaugural attack against the Byzantines, raiding Turbulent, seizing upon their vulnerability. The formidable Sultan Alp Arsalan captured the strategically vital Ani in 1064. The empire's defensive strategy relied heavily on a network of fortresses spanning from the Caucasus to Syria. The fall of Ani breached this defensive line, paving the way for subsequent invasions as territories from Kars to Edessa. And eventually, the fortresses of Manzikert and Ahlat near Lake Van succumbed to Seljuk control, serving as operational basis for future campaigns. In the year 1067, the Seljuks razed Antokia, Melitene, and Caesarea, flinging wide the gates to Anatolia. Emperor Constantine of the Dukas dynasty passed away, leaving his widow Odokia grappling with the empire's dire straits. Seeking to curb the Dukas' influence, she wed General Romanos Diogenes, if I'm not saying that wrong. Hailing from a Cappadocian military lineage, the new emperor harbored fervent ambitions to repel the Seljuks and even contemplated extending Byzantine rule into Iran, Iraq, and Syria. The spring of 1068, Romanos marshaled a fresh army, marching resolutely towards the Caesarea, near Tefrik. He intercepted segments of Turkish forces, securing a resounding triumph. However, by 1069, the solution deteriorated as raiders struck Melitene and Iconium, penetrating deep into Byzantine territory. Recognizing the urgency, Romanos began amassing a formidable force by Alp Arsalan engaged the Fatimids across the Levant. Despite Seljuks' assurance to cease hostilities, sporadic raids persisted due to Sultan's inability to rein in every vassal tribe. Undeterred, Romans bolstered his rank with mercenaries and levies, numbering anywhere from a modest 14,000 to an exaggerated 400,000 through the exceeded 100,000 seemed improbable, with the Normans of Sicily also menacing Balkan holdings. 20,000 troops remained in Constantinople and Thrace. The Byzantine army boasted a diverse composition, comprising Normans, Comans, Bulgars, Syrians, and Armenians, and Slavs, drawn by both prestige and profit. In February 1071, Romanos ostensibly renewed the treaty with Alp Arsalan, masking his true intention to confront the Seljuks. Initiating the campaign in March, he aimed to seize control of Seljuk strongholds near the Van to stem future incursions. As Byzantine forces advanced toward Manzikert and Ahlat, Alp Arsalan swiftly redirected his army from the siege of Aleppo, bolstered by reinforcements from Iran. Evading Byzantine scouts, he maneuvered along an unfamiliar route. Despite counsel to await reconnaissance, Romanos pressed forward, dividing his army to guard the passage west of Lake Van, oblivious to the impending Seljuk encirclement. The mountains situated north of the lake provided covers for this maneuver, enabling him to launch an attack on the secondary Byzantine force from that direction. Details about the brief battle near Ahlat are scarce, but it appears that the Byzantines were caught off guard, anticipating the attack from the south and finding the position ill-suited for defense from any other angle. Seljuk spies effectively spread word of the emperor's army defeat, prompting the Byzantine force near Ahlat to commence its retreat to central Anatolia. Despite minimal losses, meanwhile on August 23rd, Romanos seized Manzikert and began advancing toward Ahlat. The Byzantines continued to suffer from reconnaissance deficiencies, while Alp Arsalan received word of Manzikert's fall. On August 24th, the Seljuk annihilated several Byzantine scout units. Alp Arsalan once more maneuvered around the mountain to secure a battlefield favorable for his cavalry-heavy army. The two forces finally clashed on August 25th. According to sources, the Seljuk Sultan dispatched envoys to negotiate peace, but Romanos, confident in his numerical advantage and anticipated the return of his secondary force to encircle the army, insisted on discussing peace only in the Seljuks' capital of Ray. Romanos dispatched a messenger to the Second Army, ordering an attack the following day, and instructed his forces to fortify their camp. Throughout the night, Seljuk horse archers harassed the camp insistently. The next day, Romanos organized his army for battle. The 15,000-strong Byzantine force was divided into four groups. The Varangian Guard and Armenian held the center under the emperor's command, while Turkic, Syrian, and European mercenaries formed the flank. The Byzantine field levies, led by Andronikos Doukas, stood in reverse with the instructions to reinforce the most threatened position. The Seljuks army, comprising approximately 13,000 troops, adopted a crescent formation, with its flank extending forward while the center, under the command of Alp Arsalan, remained in reverse. Romanos persistently pushed forward, seeking direct engagement, but the Seljuks evaded him, employing their traditional nomadic tactic of hit and run. As the Seljuk center withdrew, their flanks maneuvered to encircle the Byzantine wings. Toward late afternoon, Romanos managed to seize Alp Arsalan's camp, yet with dusk approaching, he ordered a retreat to their fortified encampment. The emperor's directive caused confusion, and amidst the darkness it appeared his standard had fallen. Exploiting his distraction, the Seljuks launched a full-scale assault on the enemy's right flank. Although Andronikos Doukas was supposed to provide support, familiar discord with the emperor led to the failure of reinforcements, resulting in utter destruction of the Byzantine right flank. By overly advancing against Seljuks, the cohesion of Byzantine flanks and center was compromised, rendering Romanos unable to effectively counter the attack. Believing the emperor to be deceased, the Byzantine left retreated towards Manzikar, where they were besieged by Alp Arsalan forces, leading to the eventual encirclement of the center. Despite amazing defense by the Varangian Guard, they too were overwhelmed by the nightfall. Seizing the opportunity, a common Seljuk soldier took the emperor hostage, while Alp Arsalan troops pursued the remaining Byzantine forces the following day. Following Romanos' symbolic retreat, Alp Arsalan treated him with a benevolence, culminating in the signing of a peace treaty wherein Antioch, Andressa, Hierapolis, and Manzikert were ceded to the Seljuks, and the emperor pledged immediate reparations of 1.5 million gold pieces, followed by annual payments of 360,000 gold pieces. Additionally, both parties agreed to a dynastic union between the Sultan's son and the emperor's daughter. Alp Arsalan later released Romanos with honors and gifts. However, Duca's family had already installed a new emperor, leading to Romanos' defeat and subsequent blinding in a short civil war in 1072, ultimately resulting in his demise. Shortly thereafter, Alp Arsalan passed away, though his descendants effectively consolidated control over Anatolia in the ensuing decades. The Seljuk conquest pushed back the Byzantine Empire to the brink of collapse, catalyzing the Crusades in Western Europe. Thank you for listening, and I apologize for any mishaps or misspells along the way. Thank you for watching.